How does one define greatness in cricket? Is it the raw power of a batsman who strikes fear into bowlers' hearts? Or the ability to rise above adversity and craft a legacy that stands the test of time? When you hear the name Gordon Greenidge, you are not just talking about a cricketer. You are talking about an icon, a man who turned pain into power, a batter who could destroy world-class attacks with the swing of his bat, yet wielded technical perfection like a master craftsman. So today, we are diving deep into the life and career of one of cricket's most ferocious yet elegant gladiators, the one and only Gordon Greenidge. Every hero's journey begins with hardship, and for Gordon Greenidge, life's battles began early. At just 12 years old, he left the warm shores of Barbados for Reading, England to join his parents. But the move wasn't easy. You see, England in the 1960s wasn't a welcoming place for a young boy from the Caribbean. Racism loomed large, and Greenidge bore the brunt of it. He was taunted, bullied, and excluded, even from the school cricket team. Just imagine, one of the greatest opening batsmen the world has ever seen, sidelined at the very start. And not only this, by his own admission, he was, in his words, a lousy fielder at first, interested only in batting. He struggled with concentration, fitness, and even feelings of loneliness. Yet, he refused to let those hurdles define him. He trained relentlessly, sometimes running the streets of Southampton late into the night, so much so that the police once stopped him to question what he was doing. He fought back in the only way he knew, by excelling. Slowly, his school performances began to turn heads. Those early struggles, that isolation, became fuel for his fire. And it wasn't long before Greenidge found himself at the Hampshire County Cricket Club, qualifying to play for England. History could have seen him opening alongside Graham Gooch, but fate had bigger plans. He decided to play for the West Indies, and instead of Greenidge and Gooch, the cricketing world got Greenidge and Haynes. A partnership that would go down as the greatest in West Indies cricket history. The world first saw glimpses of Greenidge's brilliance in 1974 during his Test debut against India. The Indian spin attack was one of the best in the world at the time, and skeptics doubted whether Greenidge could succeed against them. But Gordon Greenidge thrived on proving people wrong. On a tricky, rain-affected pitch in Bangalore, he smashed 93 in the first innings and followed it with a dazzling 107 in the second. From his very first match, he showed the cricketing world that no bowler, no condition could intimidate him. But even greatness doesn't come without stumbles. His next few matches were less remarkable, and by the 1975-76 tour of Australia, Greenidge was still searching for consistency. But then came the summer of 1976, and with it, an opportunity for redemption. It was one of the most fiery, unforgettable series in cricket history. England's captain Tony Greig made his infamous global comment, igniting the wrath of the West Indies team, and leading that charge was Gordon Greenidge.
And I intend, with the help of Classy and a few others, to make them grovel.
That wasn't a clever thing to say.
At Old Trafford, he tore England's bowling apart, scoring centuries in both innings. Then, at Headingley, he piled on another 115, and by the end of the series, he had scored 592 runs at a staggering average of 65.77. It was here that Greenidge announced himself as not just a batsman, but an unstoppable force. Let's talk about his batting. If you have never seen him play, imagine a storm, unrelenting, destructive, yet precise. Greenidge wielded his bat like a weapon, punishing bowlers with ferocious square cuts, pulls, and hooks. Few batsmen in history have hit the ball harder. But he wasn't just about power. Greenidge was a master technician. His balance was immaculate, his footwork crisp, and his head always perfectly positioned. He wasn't just out to dominate, he was out to dismantle, to humiliate bowlers who dared to challenge him. But Gordon Greenidge's story wouldn't be complete without Desmond Haynes. Together, they redefined what an opening partnership could be. Over 16 long years, They scored 6,482 runs in Test cricket at an average of 47.31, including 16 century stands. In ODIs, they were even better, scoring over 5,000 runs together at an average of 52.55. Haynes himself admitted, "Our opening partnership broke records, but Gordon was the better player. His technique was super, especially against spin. The two complemented each other perfectly, and their partnership became the backbone of a West Indies team that dominated world cricket." No story of Greenidge is complete without mentioning his magnum opus, the unbeaten 214 at Lord's in 1984. England had set the West Indies a near impossible target of 342 on the last day, and they had just over 5 hours to chase it. Conventional wisdom said they should play for a draw, but Greenidge had other plans. From the very first ball, it was clear that he wasn't going to hold back. With 29 fours and 2 towering sixes, Greenidge dismantled the English attack with breathtaking audacity. Balls flew to every corner of the ground, struck with both immense power and perfect placement. Haynes later recalled, "We were chasing 342 on the final day, and everyone thought we'd bat out time. But Gordon had a different idea. He thought that if he not going, he could get the runs in an afternoon. And he did." England's Derek Pringle said, "He hit the ball very hard and very frequently, and he played magnificently." It remains one of the greatest fourth innings chases in Test cricket history. And as a matter of fact, it is still the highest successful run chase ever achieved in the fourth innings at the legendary Lord's Cricket Ground. Gordon Greenidge's numbers are staggering. In 108 tests, he scored 7,558 runs including 19 centuries. He also played 128 ODIs, scoring 5,134 runs and 11 centuries. He made 6 of his 19 test hundreds in England. But what truly sets him apart is his impact in winning causes. 14 of his 19 test hundreds came in matches that West Indies won, and in those games, he averaged over 54, better even than Viv Richards. That's not just greatness, that's clutch. Even at the end, Greenidge was unforgettable. In his final test at Kensington Oval in April 1991, he played an innings for the ages. 226 against Australia. It was his highest test score and a perfect farewell to a career that had thrilled millions. So, how good was Gordon Greenidge? He wasn't just good, he was extraordinary. He was a batsman who could destroy and a cricketer who could inspire. From a bullied boy in Reading to one of the most feared batsmen in history, Greenidge's journey is a proof that greatness isn't just about talent. It's about resilience, determination, and a refusal to ever back down.
If it wasn't for Viv Richards, a lot more people would have been talking about Gordon Greenidge.
So guys, that's it for today's video. But wait, don't go anywhere. If you wish to look at how good was Andy Roberts or how good was Michael Holding, click on the videos being displayed on your screen. Don't forget to like, share, or subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Until next time, keep watching this beautiful game. See you soon.